Bullets whistle through the freezing air, striking the muddy walls of the trench with deafening force. Amidst the relentless clatter of gunfire and the screams muffled by chaos, a terrified young woman clutches something close to her chest, a worn and battered book. Her eyes, wide with fear and burning resolve, scan the desolate battlefield smeared with mud and shattered dreams. Who is she? Why does this tattered book seem to glow amidst the carnage? This is Maya, a field librarian whose secret weapon was not a gun or grenade, but the power of knowledge itself. Her story, buried deep within classified war archives, reveals how a single woman carried hope, humanity, and mental resilience into the heart of the deadliest battles of World War II. The year is 1944. The location, a shattered front line in Western Europe where Allied soldiers grit their teeth against an unyielding enemy. The smell of diesel mixed with earth and blood laces the cold air, while distant artillery hammers the silence in a terrifying rhythm. In the middle of this storm, Maya moves quietly between muddy trenches, her backpack heavy, not with ammunition but with books. Fiction, poetry, philosophy, each volume a fragile bridge to a world beyond war and despair. Her mission was radical: to provide mental relief and an anchor of hope to soldiers ravaged by stress and fear, many facing the abyss of combat's psychological toll. When gunfire erupted unexpectedly during a night patrol, Maya's world tilted on its axis. Explosions tore through the earth nearby, sending shockwaves that rattled bones and shattered nerves. Soldiers scrambled, desperation in their eyes, loss and chaos threatened to swallow them whole. In the middle of this turmoil, Maya found herself separated from her unit. Every instinct screamed to run, but she did not flee empty-handed. Gripping her backpack, she stood firm amidst the chaos, her only defense the stories and poems carried within. She handed a battered copy of Hemingway to a trembling infantryman whose hands shook too much to reload his rifle. She recited lines from Tennyson to a medic overwhelmed by the weight of death. With every word, a fragile flame of sanity flickered in that hellscape. As artillery shells tore the earth nearby, Maya's efforts became a lifeline. Soldiers whispered of the strange calm she conjured, an uncanny sanctuary amid destruction. Time and again, she braved sniper fire to reach the wounded, offering books and quiet courage. But obstacles mounted, enemy patrols prowled, and resupplying books was a hazardous challenge. Maya's resolve was tested by exhaustion, fear, and the harrowing sights of war's toll. One harrowing night, surrounded and nearly captured, Maya made a desperate choice. With the enemy closing in, she buried her precious backpack beneath the cold, damp soil, a secret cache of knowledge waiting for rediscovery. Days later, when her comrades found her battered but alive, that book hidden underground told a story untold for decades. A story of resistance not with weapons, but with wisdom and heart. Behind the violence and destruction lay a bitter irony. The very powers that spat war often dismissed the quiet defiance of a librarian as irrelevant. Yet Maya's story, suppressed and forgotten, reveals the brutal truth about combat stress and the battle for a soldier's mind. War was not only fought with guns, it was fought in the silence between bullets, in the fragile human spirit that struggled to survive amid despair. Today, as declassified files and flickering found footage resurface, Maya's legacy endures. Her courage whispers through time, reminding us that even in the darkest hours, the written word can be a weapon of hope. What book would you clutch to your chest when the world crumbles? In Maya's silent rebellion, we find the answer: that sometimes the greatest strength is the one held between worn pages, a beacon against the shadows of war.